What's up, guys? I'm Braethorn with Team Xcluded, and we're here bringing in the team members and asking them what they have when it comes to their setup, their PCs, and what they know about. So, let's get it started. What's up, man? Let's go. Introduce yourself.
My name is Keith. I'm one of the owners here at Team Xcluded, and it's awesome being a part of this organization, to be honest.
Yeah. Awesome. Tell us about your setup, man. You running a pre-built or something you built yourself for your PC?
Growing up, I played just on console pretty much, but when I started to come around Ralph, Joey, Pig, they finally convinced me to go into computer gaming. I always wanted to. It was just a little, how do I say, scared. I guess I was scared of it because I know there's a lot of technical that goes into a PC, so I went the route of buying a pre-built.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. I ended up going with CyberPower.
Okay.
They had a pretty good sale going on at the time, and I ended up getting a pre-built with a 3070 in it.
Just so you know, many DIY people who are like staunch DIY people now started with a pre-built. That's the gateway for a lot of people, so no worries there.
And I did it that way because I was more of, these parts are not cheap, and I don't want to do something and mess it up, and then I'm just throwing more money at something. But eventually, that's sort of the way you learn. It's just an expensive hobby. Coming from cars, I'm used to it.
Yeah.
But I went with a pre-built, and I made sure to get the extended warranty just in case anything happened.
That was a strat. It's a pro move right there. Okay.
Introduce yourself.
I am Braethorn, tech YouTuber and streamer. And y'all know me. What's up?
You like both cameras?
I do. Hi, cameras. Oh, what's up?
Yeah, so let's hear about your amazing setup and your facility that you have at home.
It's a home.
Yes.
Basically, my setup is, I try to make it look bigger than it is because it's just a bedroom, but yeah, or a living room thing. But yeah, so my setup, I talk about pre-built PCs a lot, so that's what kind of companies contact me usually to send me stuff. So my current PC is one that was I've been building PCs DIY for like 25 years. I'm very old. But yeah, so my current one though was a pre-built, but that I basically took it apart, rebuilt it, put in a new platform. And that one is running 12th gen Intel, so I'm running a 12900K and a 3090, an EVGA for the Win 3 3090. And it is on a Z690E motherboard from Asus, 64 gigs of DDR5, 6000.
Nice.
And lots of storage. I have about 4 M.2 drives in there and a couple of mechanical hard drives for slower storage. So running about 12 terabytes right now. Internal capture card, 4K 60 Pro V2 from Elgato. I mean, I could just go on and on.
Yeah, that is one hell of a build.
Yeah, it's an 011 XL, and I've got an internal screen as well that I put in there. But right now, I'm actually transitioning over to Zen 4, so I've got a build waiting right now that's a 7950X and a 3090 Ti, 64 gigs of RAM of DDR5, and all the good stuff. Okay, tell us who you are, man.
What's up? My name is Sehga, aka Manny, but you can call me whatever you like. Daddy.
Okay, Princess. So
Princess is fine.
Yeah, it's beautiful. So, tell me, your rig, your main PC,
Yes.
Is it pre-built or did you build it yourself?
The PC I have right now, I built. It's my personal. It's like my 4th PC I've built. Overall, it's probably like the 20th that I've built. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So tell me about, what are you running right now?
Right now, I have a 5900X and I have a 3080, and then I have them all water cooled.
Anything in particular about your setup that you want to tell us? Like anything special about it? Like monitors running, peripherals you like, things like that?
Something that I love about my setup, my case, is it's ITX. It's soft tubed. I water cooled it myself. I did all EK, and then literally they have everything you need, the tubing, the parts that you need to make your graphics card into the water block, if you will. And I don't know, I love it because it's small and it's powerful. Like I said, it has a 5900X in it. It has like 3 terabytes of M.2, and then it has a 3080 in it. And I think I have about 32 gigabytes of RAM, 3600, DDR4. and yeah, it's probably one of my favorite ones just because I had to drill into the case and make some modifications to it because I'm using an Iceman cooler it's originally for the M Case N1, but you can actually put it on the back of an NR200. I mean, if you guys know anything about cases. But I do think I'm gonna have to make some upgrades soon because I want to stream Pokemon Scarlet. I don't have a capture card inside. And I already own an internal capture card, but I don't wanna spend the extra money for another capture card. So I'm just gonna use one of my old cases because I still have like 2 or 3 of them and just do that.
I'm HawaiizYETI. I stream FPS games, but main thing about my community that I enjoy connecting with people. I enjoy sharing positive vibes. I enjoy just getting one-on-one conversations, but I like bringing everybody together so we're like more like a family, you know?
Yeah.
That's my sense. Yeah.
Okay, so like, of course you do most of your stuff on your PC. Now, did you build that PC yourself or was it a pre-built?
The first PC I ever bought was pre-built, like $600 on Amazon. I actually started streaming and everything on an Xbox, just with a Logitech C920 camera, and that's it. But then I was able to save up some money a little bit, bought my first Amazon pre-build, nothing crazy. I think I had like a 1050 Ti back then when I bought it, and I had no idea about computers at all. And like you learn things slowly by slowly, but that's how I started. And eventually I got a streaming PC and a gaming PC, but yeah, I've learned to build it myself as well. My current rig was custom built. I've taken the best parts from my previous builds and I integrated those into my newer build now. But my gaming PC build is a 5950X AMD with a 3090. It's an FTW hybrid, so it has its own cooling system and stuff. So yeah, so that's my gaming PC, and then my streaming PC has my old 2080 Ti that I bought years ago, and I think it has a 3950X inside there.
Okay. Hello, hey, introduce yourself to everybody.
I'm Queen Yeti. You can call me Queen. I am HawaiizYETI's wife.
So tell me, the PC that you do everything you do on PC, right? So do you did you build it yourself? Was it pre-built? What you got?
Honestly, I have no idea like any specs and stuff like that. I just know I have 2 PCs. I have a dual PC setup that my husband, you know, he does it all for me. I just press start stream, honestly.
Okay, you know what? Say what you will, everybody, but like we all wish it could be that easy, right? That's good. That's a good thing. All right, what's up, man? Introduce yourself.
My name is MFN Juggernaut. You guys can call me Jugs for short.
Okay, cool. Well, tell us about your setup. You play on PC?
I do play on PC. Yes.
Is it a pre-built or did you build it yourself?
My first PC is a PC I built right after I came back from deployment.
Okay, yeah.
So the parts I've chosen, I believe it was a Thermatake case, and I got a i9-9900K. M.2, very important. I heard that's the fastest.
For your storage?
For your storage, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I got an AIO for my cooling system.
240, 360, is that 3 fans, 2 fans?
3 fans,
360,
yes.
Okay.
And then, so I'm not super tech savvy, but I did want to build my first PC. I got 32 gigs of RAM, and I don't remember. I think it was Corsair for the RAM sticks, and then I got like a 1,000 watt gold power bank.
Okay. What about? Did you mention your GPU? What kind of GPU?
Yeah, my GPU. I ran a 2080.
So you're running a 3070 right now. Out of curiosity, what like monitor do you play on? Like what resolution is that? Like is that 1440p or 1080p?
1440.
Okay.
1440,
Yeah,
yeah.
3070 is good for that. Okay. Now, do you do a lot of streaming yourself?
I've tried it. Like when I first set up the PC, I got on Twitch, did the basics, streamed for a little bit. Of course, my girl was the only one viewer, but she was supportive about it, so I appreciated that so much. I still do want to get into streaming a little bit more. It's just having to completely get the setup down and get everything set. But eventually I do want to start streaming. That is the goal. But for the meantime, I use the computer just for supporting our creators, jumping in their chats, playing with them whenever they're streaming, just to kind of interact with them and not have people from their communities think, oh, the owners don't mingle with their creators, you know?
Right.
Trying to get to know everybody's community so that everybody knows, hey, those guys are not just your ordinary owners. They actually mingle with everybody's communities and they interact with everybody.
Yeah, that's good. It's refreshing. It's good. Do you do any video editing on that PC as well?
I do video editing. I don't do as much because that's what I do also for my full-time job as a video editor at work on IMAX and stuff. But I just don't spend as much time video editing at home. But when I do edit, it's more than enough for what the simple videos that I be doing. Yeah.
Okay. So tell me about your setup. Like, is there anything in particular about your setup that you think is noteworthy, like monitor, peripherals?
So things that's noteworthy, I think, is just the basic graphics card. I did spend higher end money where you don't need to, but I do like playing at a higher FPS in first-person shooter games because sometimes that's an advantage. Coming from Hawaii, we gotta deal with ping, so just having whatever edge I could get that would help out. That's why I went with a 3090. You don't need it. You can still be a great gamer without any of that. But it's just, I was blessed to be able to purchase it. It wasn't like, it was a personal investment as well. And I wouldn't say everybody needs this to be able to game or stream at all. It's about the content you create. But I gotta say that I enjoy it. It's awesome to play it if you're into adventure games. Graphics is amazing. And
it's like AAA titles.
Yeah.
Cinematic titles.
Cinematic titles, yeah.
Now, with having the 3090 in there, what resolution do you play at?
So I have a 1440p monitor. So that's also what helps out having that type of graphics card. It allows me to play Apex at 240 FPS, which is awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So any upgrades you're thinking about making? I mean, clearly it's already very high end. How long do you think it's going to be before you upgrade anything?
To be honest, I'm at the stage where I'm comfortable with my setup. Because I have a dual PC setup, it takes a lot of stress off because I do like to make my broadcast quality at a high end, but having a single PC, I know would put a lot of stress on my graphics card, just everything, you know. I don't see myself upgrading anything anytime soon anyway, but because I think I should be set hopefully for the next 3 to 5 years minimum, you know.
So how is it running for you? Are you feeling like maybe it might be time to upgrade soon, or is it doing everything that you want right now?
So I used that PC build for about 2 years, and it ran flawlessly. I didn't have really any issues. At the time, I was using internet that was dropping packets like crazy. So it wasn't really the tech part, it was more the other side. Since then, I've gotten better internet. I do live in Hawaii, so the ping's not the best. So I streamed and played games on one PC for about 2 years, and I really didn't have any issues graphic-wise. Right now, currently, I run 2 PCs. My second PC actually I had a friend pre-build for me. He was able to get me, I think it was the i5, and then but he also got me a 3070 Ti. I'm using that one for streaming. When he sent it to me, I actually switched the 3070 Ti with my 280 or 2080. That way my gaming would be more frames per second and more smooth than my streaming PC, because when you separate the two, the CPUs don't need so much power.
You're separating the workload.
Right,
yeah.
Of course.
Right, yeah. Okay, so now you're running a 2 PC setup, everything's running smoothly, and
Yes.
You're not gonna need to upgrade for a while.
I'm not gonna need it.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm gonna need to upgrade anything for a bit. If I did want anything, it would probably be more RAM. But even at that, it would still, I don't think I need it.
Yeah.
But it would definitely help.
That's what I was gonna ask you, is actually how much RAM you're running in each machine.
I have 32 in both.
Okay.
As of current, but I would like 64.
So you may not have like a fancy camera and lighting setup right now, right? But do you have some kind of camera for any conferencing or anything like
I actually do. I have a camera. It's just a clip-on to the top of the monitor. I use it for school, but whenever I did stream that one time, it worked pretty well. It was a Logitech. So, I mean, eventually, of course, I want to upgrade all that. And that's just more of getting to ask you, Blaston, and Joey on what y'all would recommend, you know. But I do want to upgrade that. I want to get us a standing mic, because at the moment I'm using an Arctis Pro headset and just the mic that's connected to it.
That's one of the better headsets, though. That thing ain't cheap.
No, I think I spent like $350 on it at Best Buy. But hey, I loved it. It's wireless, it's comfy, and I love that I can connect my phone as well as be able to play games, you know?
Yeah.
Because I hate having a headset on and my phone's ringing and I can't hear it.
Right. Okay, what about your keyboard and mouse of choice?
The keyboard and mouse that I got actually came with the computer. I wasn't too knowledgeable on that topic yet, but coming through ChurchCon, seeing a couple of products that the companies here had made me want to get that money in order. Yeah, it's about time you upgrade it, you know.
You got your money's worth out of the free stuff, right? You got what you paid
yeah.
for. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, okay. So, yeah, we'll probably revisit that sometime. Yeah.
And what about your peripherals? What do you got going there?
So what I run right now for my keyboard is a Digma Raise, which is a split ergo keyboard with like RGB everywhere. So actually it's split, it's tilted up because I get really sore very quickly typing a lot. I've been typing my whole life, so basically my stuff is ruined. But I have to use that. But it's really comfortable, and my main mouse that I use is it's a Logitech MX Master MX Master 3S, and it's great for content creation, side-scrolling wheel, going through the timeline, things like that. And for gaming, I'm currently using a Ponage. I think it's a custom Slim 2 something, whatever. I didn't buy that one. That one was sent to me, so I don't know as much about it. But I'm looking at a Model O from Glorious. We can pick one of those.
Yes,
really
great mice.
Really comfortable.
Yep, very.
For a headset, I use some Shure IEMs when I'm streaming, usually. And when I'm editing video, I use some Dynamic DT770 Pros. It's just the sound quality. You really need to have a neutral sound coming at you.
Yes.
So that you don't have too much bass or too much treble or whatever when you're doing EQ in your audio, your videos. It really helps to have that. But yeah.
Awesome. And what about your camera? What do you have running there?
The camera is this one right here. It's a Sony ZV-E10. And I've actually built my entire YouTube channel on that thing. So that right there is actually kind of going out to everybody, letting you know you don't have to have a $2,500 or $3,000 camera to build a YouTube channel. That thing is like $699 body only and 4K 30. You know, everything I need it does. I get all my B-roll for all my montages with it, and just put some good glass in front of it. Sigma 16mm f1.4 is the classic one. And that's what I use. I use it for my streaming camera and my YouTube videos. I know you're gonna ask next because I was asking these, but the microphone that I use is it's a TC Helicon Go XLR mic that just recently came out. It's in white. You got these different color rings you can put on it. It's really nice for the stream. I have that sitting on the Elgato Wave Arm LP, the low profile mic arm, so I can kind of fold that up, set it back, and it goes into a Focusrite Scarlett 2i2. Yes, I know I could go with a Shure SM7B and a Go XLR. I'm using Go XLR mic. I don't have a Go XLR. Go figure. Yeah. So yes, I can tell everyone I have a Go XLR mic. Just that thing. I got so much junk on my desk already, from content creation stuff and all that, and
100%.
It's just those things take up a lot of space. And then if I get the mini one, then I can't even do the fart noises that everybody does. So it's like, why would I get the mini one? That one's actually really nice too. A setup is something that is constantly changing. Mine in particular is constantly changing. So I'm not married to any one. Like the monitor setup that I have is like a TIE Fighter monitor setup. I got the two verticals, and then the center one. I actually just and shout out to Fetty from BenQ Mobius. I just upgraded the monitor thanks to them to a 4K 144 hertz monitor from Mobius, and it's insane. 98% DCI-P3 color accuracy for content creations. Excellent, great for gaming too if you have the hardware to run 4K at high refresh rates. It's really, really good. I generally recommend 1440p though for gaming. It's like the perfect balance, of resolution and high refresh rate. 1440p, you can run it on 3060, 3060 Ti, 1440p all day long. Okay, favorite mouse and keyboard?
Favorite mouse overall, a Logitech G303 Shroud Edition. I don't know what it is. It feels like a dagger in your hand. My grip on it feels firm. I'm never readjusting, and the clicks are just so clean. I made some modifications to mine to reduce some weight. It comes out of the box 73 grams, but I modded it to be about 63 grams. It's just as light as a super light. Logitech G Pro Super Light, and I don't know, I love it. Right now, I'm testing out the Death Adder V3, and it's actually kind of making its way on top of my list, but if I had to choose one, I'd choose the G303 Shroud Edition for sure. Keyboard right now, I have my eyes on the Wooting 60HE. I have it pre-ordered, but I'm not gonna get it till January. But right now I have a HyperX Alloy 60s Origin. I typically don't like full-size boards. I like 60 the most, 65. I won't go smaller than that. I know some people do. The HyperX Alloy is a pretty good, keyboard, gets the job done. Red switches, nothing crazy. I haven't dove deep into the keyboard world, but with the Wooting 60HE, I plan to swap the case out and swap the keycaps, so it's gonna be some fun.
So what kind of camera do you use when streaming?
The camera that I use for streaming is the Sony A5100. It's the little brother of the A6000 series, and I have a Sigma f1.4 60 millimeter lens. I sometimes swap it out with my 35 or my 30 millimeter lens, same Sigma 1.4 for a different look, just depending on how I feel. But yeah, that's the camera I use.
Okay. What about your mic and like your audio interface?
I use a Shure SM7B, and with that, it's an XLR mic, so you do got to use some kind of mixer. I went with the Go XLR Mini just because at the time there was an Amazon deal and I got it for pretty cheap, and it works really good, and I'm able to control the sound levels of different apps and everything. So that's the audio interface that I use to go with the Shure SM7B. How I hear the game and all the audio is the Sennheiser IE300s. So that's like my audio setup.
Favorite keyboard and mouse?
So I went with the wireless route on the mouse because I was debating a lot about it because about like delay and stuff like that with wireless. But I have the Logitech Pro Super Light X, and it's a great mouse. I love it. It's light, and that's the main thing I game on if I do play keyboard and mouse, but I'm a controller player. And my keyboard that I use, I first bought a Corsair K70. Again, I don't play as much, and I'm a gamer for the most part, but it wasn't as important for me to have the greatest keyboard or anything yet, so that's what I use though.
So what kind of camera do you use for your streams?
The camera that I use for streaming is a Sony a6000 with a 60 millimeter Sigma lens 1.4, and I find it an awesome camera. It's simple. It's great on just clean HDMI, and it's really easy to connect to your computer, but you do need a capture card or cam link or whatever. Yeah.
Right. And your microphone, your audio setup, basically.
My audio setup is a Go XLR, and I have a Shure SM7B. And because I do, again, it's all about clarity. I want to make sure when I'm connecting with my audience, I want to make sure they hear me nice and clear. I do want to seem like I'm a professional, and that's why I went that route. And I love the quality of the Shure SM7B. The Go XLR has amazing features just for fun, with the sound alerts that you can do and stuff like that. But I do like how I can separate all these different outputs, because when you come to streaming, you're dealing with, if you want to listen to music, you want to readjust your chat, the levels and just the accessibility is real easy to use.
Yeah. I mean, hey, you do a lot of singing on stream, so you gotta have that legendary vocal mic, right? And what kind of headset do you use with your setup?
The headset that I use is a Bear Dynamic DT990. And I enjoy it because one, it's open ear so that I can hear my kids just in case, but it has a great range of sound. And like you said earlier, I do enjoy music. So even sometimes when I'm not gaming or playing anything like that, just enjoying music like with a studio headphones, it makes a difference.
So you said you don't know anything about the specs in them, right?
Nothing.
Right? No don't know your graphics cards or
Nope.
anything. They probably are computers, so we'll go with that. That's good. Okay, so why don't we talk about some of the stuff that you use then? The keyboard and mouse. What do you know about those?
I don't even know what brand really.
It's fine. That's the thing is like to stream, clearly you don't have to know everything about the stuff you're using, only that it works.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's a message to everybody. You don't have to be like a tech expert to do streaming stuff. And that's totally fine.
You just have to marry somebody that knows,
Right. Everyone
everything
marry
about-
HawaiizYETI.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's what you have to do to stream. Okay. So what about your camera? Anything about the camera you use? Is it like a webcam or is it one of these things like a big camera?
DSLR.
Okay, cool. Okay, so you have a full-on camera there.
Mhm.
Okay. And your microphone? Do you know what you got for your microphone?
I used to have a Yeti, a blue Yeti.
You still do. He's right there.
Oh, true.
Okay. Rode Podcast. That's a good microphone. Rode Podcaster. It's a good microphone. Okay. Well, why don't you tell us about your stream setup, like the appearance of it, like the room itself in that case.
Oh, okay. So as soon as you walk in our front door, right there's my setup. I have 2 monitors. They're curved.
Okay. What about your background? What do you have for your background?
Well, we moved in ending of 2019, so we're still like trying to kind of set up, things and what we like, the ambiance and everything. So it's very simple right now, but I have some ideas that later on when the time is right, I could like make it a little bit more flashy, but
Setup is kind of one of those projects that's never quite done.
yeah.
So you can keep changing it up. That's cool. Okay. Is there anything that you want to do with your setup? Like any changes that you're planning on making other than aesthetics?
Eventually, I'm just hoping that I could really get like my own like room, so I can do more. It's not like people just walk in and my stuff is just out there.
Right.
I just
That can be a big deal, having
yeah.
that space to yourself.
Yeah.
And all that. I feel you there. Awesome. Thank you. That's perfect. That's perfect. What you meant to say was stay excluded, everybody. There you go.
Yeah.
Perfect. What about favorite mouse and keyboard?
Favorite mouse and keyboard. Currently I have a Corsair keyboard and a Logitech mouse, the G520 Hero, G502 Hero.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
I'm not necessarily. I've been using a lot of keyboard mouse for like current games, but when it comes to like Apex or Call of Duty, I use a controller.
What kind of controller?
I have the Power A Fusion because it has the paddles in the back.
Yeah.
And it's basically a cheaper Elite, and I haven't had any issues with like stick drift or anything like that.
What about your what kind of camera do you use for your when you're streaming?
I've been using the same camera since I've started streaming. It is a Logitech, the 920.
Okay. C920?
C920.
Yeah.
Yes. So I have a Logitech C920. I've had it since the beginning, and it's been true. Like,
Yeah. Works for you.
yeah, I haven't had any issues. I do want to eventually upgrade to like a Sony or anything like that. So I will eventually get one,
Yeah.
and then I'll probably use the Logitech for like a different angle or something like that. So,
Okay. Yeah. All right. What about your mic? What kind of microphone? do you use?
so the mic I have right now is the Blue Yeti. I do want to get like during TwitchCon, I was looking at some of the mics, but I would need a mixer or like an audio.
Yeah, like if you're gonna go with an XLR microphone, you need
Right.
an audio interface.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. So I don't have either right now, but I am looking into getting upgrading my mic as well. The Blue Yeti has been great.
Yeah.
But I feel like the XLRs are.
So basically, your PC setup, all good, but you're looking at upgrading your visuals and your audio.
Visual, audio, yeah.
Okay.
That's
Okay. All right. What about the headset that you use? What do you use? Headphones, IEMs? What do you got?
I love wireless headphones. So I use the A50s from Astro. I like it because I don't have to remember to take it off if I have to go somewhere.
Why don't you give us a message for the community here?
For the community, I would say if you're ever on the ledge of wanting to buy a PC, go ahead and do it and just take it from there. Take it step by step, day by day. If you're worried about it, get it pre-built. It's the easier route, but at least you know you're getting something that's gonna be ready to play out the box and you don't have to be worrying about or do these components go with other components and having a full functioning computer. But that's just my opinion and my recommendation for people that are a little iffy on going into the computer gaming side of it.
Pre-builts are a great gateway, man. That's it. Nobody says that more than I do, and that's all my content anyway. So yeah, no, yeah, absolutely, 100%. Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Thanks, brother.
Awesome. And then what do you have to say to the community, the Swarm, and Team Xcluded and all that?
Well, what can I say that hasn't been said by everyone else here already? It's we really encourage everybody to get out there and try streaming if that's something that you've been wanting to do. You don't need to throw thousands of dollars into a setup. You can stream on almost anything these days. So, basically get on there, give it a shot, find your voice, and stream to zero for a while. But if you're active in the community, you can kind of let people know, hey guys, I'm getting started on streaming, and you can stream with your phone camera if you want to. Everyone has these awesome cameras in their pockets that you can actually use for streaming. You don't even have to buy a webcam. Just plug it in USB. There's an app for that, and just give it a go if that's something that you're interested in. Nothing wrong with you have to be bad at something first before you can ever be good at it. So let us know when you're going live. We'll be there. Any messages for the community?
Don't worry about what you have. If you're trying to stream in game, do it with what you got. You don't have to have the best. I only say that because I started out with really bad graphics card, really bad CPU. And I kept telling myself, if only I had this, and I kept upgrading and upgrading. And now I have some of the best stuff, and I can tell you guys, if you're gaming at 1080p, it doesn't make a massive world of a difference. All that matters is that you use that money in the right way, whether it is to pay for an editor, save that money to pay your bills and stuff like that, so that you can stream more often. Make it work with what you got, and make the upgrades for fun. And never be afraid to dig into your case or dig into your mouse. I mean, modding stuff is fun. There's a million YouTube videos out there that you can, follow along. And yeah, don't be afraid to explore, and don't be afraid that you can't do something because you don't have the best of the best.
All right, do you have a message for the community out there, either both your own and the Team Xcluded community?
I think everybody should never feel like they need the best gear or tech for to get into streaming. I think that honestly, every streamer starts off on a budget, but it is an investment. And if you are invested into growing a stream, you do got to make investments, and it takes time. It's not going to happen overnight, not for everybody. If you can ask any person here, any person who got into streaming who blew up or still working through it, they're going to tell you it takes some time. Stream and have fun, build content, but again, in time you can get all that equipment and gear that you need, but just have fun.
And learn the ukulele.
Yeah, learn the ukulele.
I mean, if you want to carry that vibe, you got it.
Yeah, no, but I also would tell everybody to highly reach out to all of us from Team Xcluded. Yourself, amazing what you do, and I would suggest don't be scared to ask questions, but also it's always good to do your research. It's good to learn about each piece in your PC, because why? You can come in an interview like this, not know anything. But no, I'm just joking.
No, shots fired.
Shots fired.
Ooh,
no,
man.
no. But yeah, you don't need to know everything. There's a lot of people with the answers out there, but just don't be scared to ask. I would say just ask. The worst thing that can happen is say no, or they can tell you who to ask too.
Right.
So I would say don't be scared to ask.
Okay. Any message for the community, anything like that?
If you're gonna be joining the streaming world, just do what you love. Don't mind any negative people in the world, and just grind.
All right, there you have it. We learned something about our members here and the rigs that they run. And until the next one, stay excluded.